Hey, is this thing on? What the actual fuck? Oh, that'll probably get me taken down. I figured I'd go live a little early just to give everybody time to show up if they want to show up. I'm just bored out of my mind today. It's rainy and it's nasty and it's foggy and it doesn't look like we're going to be able to plant any kind of vegetables until the middle of April because we're supposed to have another hard freeze this week. And you can't plant anything if there's a hard freeze because that'll kill it all. And you've just wasted all that time. And we'll have to plow the fields again after the freeze. So, I don't know. Hell, it might not be till May that we can put anything in the ground and get it to grow. We'll just have to wait and see. I work on a gigantic cattle farm that is probably 2 to 3,000 acres big. I work on a smallish goat farm. It's maybe 500 acres. And then we have 6 or 8 fields that we rotate crops through. So it's everything from pumpkins and corn to kale. I fucking hate kale. That shit's nasty. Um, Broccoli, cabbage, whatever they feel like planting that year. Gourds. We planted gourds one year. I was like, gourds. And they were like, yeah, gourds. Okay, fair enough. Let me make a couple adjustments here. Done. And done. Okay. Maybe you can hear me. Maybe you can't. I don't know. If you can hear me, put like a one in the chat or a middle finger in the chat or whatever you want to do. Just let me know you can hear me. And of all the streams I go on, like on other people's channels, I've only had one dude complain that, man, I always hear an echo when you come on. Well, you know what? That's a fucking you problem. That's not a me problem. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not echoing. Pretty sure. But on that one stream, a guy will come on and just start yelling out of nowhere. So I don't use my earbuds and microphone when I go on there because fuck that guy. You ain't shouting my ears out. I'm already deaf enough as it is. I wake up and there's a ringing in my ears. Okay? I don't need your fucking voice ringing in my ears. But I've pinned the link at the top of the YouTube chat. If you want to hop up here and shoot the shit, we can do it. I mean, I posted in the description that this is a mature adult channel for people over 18. And I put that on my damn community page too. So if YouTube wants to take me down for using harsh language, go for it. Go ahead. Life is harsh. Apparently, a lot of people don't get that. Wait, am I not even watching myself anymore? Did they take me down? Sons of bitches. Let me check. No, apparently I still seem to be up. So, unless there's a glitch in YouTube, which it wouldn't be unusual, YouTube is a glitch. I figured that out. All of YouTube is a glitch in the matrix. Oh, hey, Christine, how are you doing? Here, wait a minute. Let me wrench you. Hang on. That way nobody can time you out. God damn. There you go. Now you got you a pretty blue wrench, and nobody can time you out. How have you been? How about the same? Yeah. It's just the weather up here has been nuts. So we do what we can do, and we'll get to what we can get to when we can get to it. So the thing that's got to me is how brutal the wind has been up here this year. I was like, holy hell. I can't remember when it's been like this. Like blowing garbage cans over and blowing birds out of the sky and trying to knock me down when I go to the mailbox. Yeah, it's been brutal. Oh, I'm sure it's warm down there in the lowlands, but I'm up here in the Appalachian Mountains in Virginia. And I don't know where the wind came from. I really don't. But it's supposed to get bad again this week and be another hard freeze up here. And oh, so we'll just see how it goes. My sister lives down at the Chesapeake Bay, and I give her shit all the time. And I'm like, yeah, you get the nice weather down there. No, no, it's cold. I said, you don't know cold. It got so cold up here around Christmas that one of my pipes busted, and I had to fix it. I was like, that's never happened before. But yeah, a pipe busted, and I was like, what is that noise? And it was water spewing out of the pipe that I had to go down there and fix in the middle of winter when it was like cold as hell. But if I hadn't have fixed it, it'd have flooded my basement. So I had to do it. Had to do what I had to do. Yeah, it wasn't just below freezing. It was like below 0 Fahrenheit up here. And it just caught me off guard. So, oh, I had my sister's friend lived in Wilmington for a long time. So, I hear it's nice down there. I do. Not that far from the beach, you know. Oh, yeah, it was a mess. It was a mess. And you know what? I tried to use some of that Flex Seal shit to fix the pipe. That shit don't work. That shit don't work worth a damn. I have a roll of Flex Seal tape and I had a can of Flex Seal spray. Neither one of them worked. You know what I used? Gorilla tape. That worked great. Now, how long it'll hold, I don't know, but it's working for now. And I had to fetch a razor blade to cut the Flex Seal tape the first time because scissors won't cut it and my knife wouldn't cut it. My knife is a deer skinner. It'll cut through a deer carcass like nothing, like it's nothing, not even there. But that Flex Seal tape shit, no, wouldn't cut that. And when I used the razor blade to cut the Flex Seal tape, it destroyed the razor blade. It got sticky shit all over it. So yeah, don't buy into the hype. Yeah, exactly. Flex Seal. That shit don't work. It's a gimmick. But so far, the Gorilla Tape has worked really good. Really, really good. I need to get some of that Gorilla Glue and go over the uh, tape with it, and maybe that'll keep it good for now. I just opened the taps and took all the pressure off the pipes when I went down there to try to fix it. And yeah, that Flex Store shit ain't worth the goddamn. Yeah. You got 6 horses. Oh yeah, the Gorilla stuff, the Gorilla Glue and the Gorilla Tape. Hell, I like Crazy Glue better than I like Super Glue. Crazy Glue works good, but I need to go get a tube of that. Um, but yeah, I worked on a horse farm for a little while, and there's something about the way I smell, even right after I've taken a shower, that horses don't like. They just don't like me. They will try to bite me every time I go around them, bite or kick. So I don't know what it is. Something about my pheromones or whatever. Horses just do not like me. And I'm cool with that. I will stay away from them. You know, not putting a crimp in my day. Well, yeah, I got the can of Flex Seal and the roll of Flex Tape just to see how it will work. No, it's crap. I was like, well, they talk this shit up on TV all the time. It ain't worth a crap. Don't waste your money. Go buy you a Big Mac or something with the money you was going to spend on that Flex Seal shit. Yeah. Oh, well, you saved them? They're rescue horses? Okay. Well, it's understandable that one of them might have an attitude if you saved them from like the glue truck. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they really make glue out of horses, but you know. Funny story, when I was in the army and I went to France, we went to this restaurant and I didn't specifically order a beef steak, and I'm pretty sure I ate a horse steak, because they eat them up there. They do. They actually do eat them. I'm pretty sure it was horse. It wasn't bad. I mean, I'm not saying it was gross or anything, but I'm pretty sure it was horse because I didn't specifically say like beef steak. So, I mean, there's that. And then we went back to base, and the guys I went out to eat with was like, you probably ate horse, right? I was like, yeah, yeah, I probably did eat horse. But I mean, it wasn't bad. Oh yeah, they eat horse and sheep and goat and all kinds of crazy shit over in Europe. When I was in the UK, I actually traveled to Scotland and I had some honest to God real haggis. That was delicious. I don't care what you think about what all they stuff into the sheep stomach. It was delicious. I loved it. But you can't get it over here. Not the real thing. Oh yeah, but no, I'm not near 95. That's like on the other side of the state from me. So yeah. But yeah, if you're not careful on 95, you'll get your ass run over. They do not play on 95. It runs from Florida to Maine, I think, or at least New York. So yeah, but they don't play on 95. They will run 80, 90 miles an hour down 95. I've been on it. But yeah, that's like on the other side of the state from me. And I mean, I love living in the Appalachian Mountains, the Blue Ridge Mountains, if you prefer, because it's beautiful up here when the weather's nice. But if the weather ain't nice, the weather ain't nice. It is horrid up here when the weather gets bad. One year it snowed so hard that the snow was blowing sideways. It wasn't coming straight down, it was blowing sideways. The wind and the snow, yeah, it was bad. It was really, really bad. If you've ever seen the movie The Empire Strikes Back, um, that frozen planet they were on in the beginning, Hoth, yeah, it looked like that after all was said and done and the wind and the snow calmed down. It was like 4 feet of snow, 5 feet of snow piled up against the house and piled up against everything, really. You wasn't going nowhere. Oh, I used to live in Richmond, and I would get off work at 4:30, and the traffic trying to get back to my apartment in Richmond. Oh my God. If I ever wanted to like throw dynamite at people, it was then. Cause it was like bumper to bumper, locked up. You weren't moving from 5 to 5:30 to 6. You weren't going anywhere. You were sitting in the middle of the street dying. If you didn't have something to drink, you were dying. Yeah. And what's that university in the middle of Richmond? VCU. Man, those kids do not know how to drive. They really do not know how to drive. Oh yeah, if I had to go, well, the one good thing about Richmond was if you needed to go out and get beer or get smokes or get food, you could go out in the middle of the night and it'd be pretty clear. But if you tried to go somewhere during the day, no, you ain't going nowhere. You gonna sit in traffic. Oh, well, at the time I drove an Oldsmobile. I drove an Oldsmobile. What the hell was that model of that car? It was a long Oldsmobile. And yeah, no, that was not a good idea to get one of those. What the hell model was that? Well, they quit making them, so it doesn't really matter. So, Oldsmobiles are obsolete. But that was my dad's favorite kind of car. So I got one. Well, to be fair, he helped me get one because he knew the guy. So, but now, because I live in the mountains, I have a Honda Ridgeline, which has been pretty good to me so far, knock on wood. It needs an oil change and new tires, and that's it. Other than that, it runs great. Which it needs the oil change, but it still runs great. Oh yeah, an Oldsmobile is a tank. Yeah, it's basically like driving a tank because they weren't made out of bullshit like fiberglass and you know all those shitty other parts. They were like real vehicles. I think Buick bought Oldsmobile. Hell, I don't know. I'm probably wrong about that. But they went out of business in like the early 2000s. So, But yeah, if I didn't have my Ridgeline and it's an all-wheel drive, I wouldn't be able to get anywhere when the weather gets bad up here. But it does pretty good in the weather. Like I said, I need to get the oil changed and get a new set of tires on it. And I asked the dude the last time I got it inspected, how much would a new set of tires for this be? And he was like, a lot. I was like, oh shit. So, which they aren't too bad, but they're about 5 years old. But not like I take it out cruising and drive it all over hell and everywhere. I just go where I need to go and come home. But yeah, still 5 years old. I need to get a new set. At least a new set on the front, the two front tires. Because steering is kind of important. So when I can scrape together enough dollars, I will get a new set on the front. I'll get two new front tires and get the best two that I have left put on the back. So, but like I said, it's all-wheel drive. So, and I can shift it into four-wheel drive. I just can't go very fast. You know, it says not to go over 15 miles an hour if you've got it in four-wheel drive. So, okay. Well, yeah, I get that. Tires online are much cheaper. Um, but I'd have to put them on myself. And fuck that noise. I'm too old for that shit. You totaled a Mustang with your Oldsmobile? I just saw that. Yeah, that happens. Yeah, and you just get like a scratch on your bumper, or you know. Wait, let me take a hammer that shit back in. Okay, it's all good. The first car I remember my dad having was a blue and with a white stripe on it, an Oldsmobile 442. Man, that some bitch would haul ass. It would go. Say what you want about all these other muscle cars. That car would go. You throw the hammer down on that, yeah, you better hold on. Oh, I am old, Christina. I am. I'm creeping up on 50 this year. So, well, I mean, that's half a century, so it's not that bad. But sometimes I feel 80 and sometimes I feel 25. So, depends on the day. Like today, I'm like creaking and cracking and my bones ache. And so, oh, I know, he sold it. And I couldn't figure out why. And it was because my mom couldn't drive it. She would always go too fast in it and couldn't help herself. She couldn't help herself. She was going too fast. Beautiful car, though. Beautiful car. What was the one he said he had to sell to? It was a 57 Chevy. He had a 57 Chevy, but it was a straight gear, and mom couldn't drive that either, so he sold that. But that was before I was born. So, but yeah, I think he said it was a four on the floor, and he had to sell it because mom couldn't ever figure out how to drive it. And the first car I ever had was a Chevy Cavalier, and it was a 5 speed, and I learned how to drive that just fine. Taught myself. Okay, fair enough. I get it, Christina. As long as you stay fit and healthy, that's all that matters. Age is just a number. Oh, I can drive a dump truck too. I just haven't done it in a while. But it's like riding a bike. Once you start doing it again, you'll get right back into the swing of it. Oh, for a long time, I used to drive a forklift. Had a license for it and everything. Ah, to be young and dumb again. Well, maybe not dumb. But when you're young, you do dumb shit, and that's how you learn things. You learn more from mistakes than you do successes. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't learn from their mistakes. So it is what it is. Oh, yeah, if he still had his 57 Chevy, oh my God. Well, like I said, mom could drive it, so he got rid of it. They were together for almost 50 years until he died. So, and mom is actually still mad at dad for dying before she did. So, yeah, I think that's hilarious. She is like legit pissed off at him for that. But I mean, he was a chain smoker, so I knew he was going to die first. Mom didn't smoke. Dad did. Mom only smoked when she got pissed off or worried or scared. Huh. Fair enough, Chris. Fair enough. Well, I mean, you've got to learn. But some people think they know it all already. Which, I was like that when I was 18, 19. And then I joined the army and I realized I don't know shit. Yeah, I was dumb enough to join the army. So I saw a lot of shit I didn't want to see, and I did a lot of shit I didn't want to do. But there were fun times too. I mean, we had fun, but it's not a fucking cakewalk. I'll tell you that right now. I had a Marine recruiter try to get me to join the Marines, and I was like, no, man, fuck that shit. I ain't joining the Marines. Then I had a Navy recruiter say, hey, you want to be a Navy SEAL? I was like, fuck no. Oh, I appreciate that, Christine. But like I said, it wasn't a cakewalk. I mean, I didn't really know what I signed up for, but I found out pretty goddamn quick. So once I went through basic and my AIT and got my MOS, then yeah, I found out pretty quick what I signed up for. I was in basic and we were doing a march one time. I don't know if you've heard this story or not, but it was cold and snowy and there was ice all over the place. Well, one dude slipped and like broke his ankle in half and wanted to keep on marching. I was like, dude, get your ass in the fucking truck. And they took him to the infirmary. And yeah, he needed rods and plates and screws in his ankle to get it back right. But he was like, I want to be a soldier. I'm like, dude, you have fucked yourself up. You need to get in the truck. And they will take you to the infirmary or hospital and they will fix you because they fucking broke you. Oh, we were marching with like full packs and all that other good shit, like 75 pounds of equipment and all that. And I'm not a big guy, but neither was this dude. He was like smaller than me. So, but yeah, he fell and like his ankle was fucked. I could look at it and tell. Like, dude, get your ass in the truck. Let them give you a ride. But I want to keep going. Well, dude, if you keep going, you're going to fuck yourself up even more. And they won't be able to fix you then. But I won't say it was all crap. Some of it was fun, but a lot of it was crap. I'm just saying. I'm just anybody who wants to join, hey, go right ahead. But it's not going to be all gravy and biscuits. I'm just telling you. Oh yeah, the training is real fucking hard. But you know what else it does? It teaches you discipline. It also teaches you how to be an asshole. But you know, that's a whole different branch on the tree, so to speak. But yeah, it teaches you self discipline if you're smart enough to learn it. See, that's the whole thing. Some people go one way, some people go the other. I know a lot of guys that joined the infantry as their MOS. And yeah, they just wanted to go kill a bunch of people. I'm like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? But you know, my MOS was intelligence. So I told them where to go to find the people that they wanted to kill. That's basically what my job turned out to be. So, and I'm glad I had the experience. Am I proud of everything I did in the Army? No, no, I'm not. But as long as it was not at a blatantly illegal order, I followed it. Not saying I didn't get my ass chewed a couple times. Well, more than a couple times. But anyway, but if it was not a blatantly illegal order, I would follow it. Because you get this book when you get to basic training, it's called the Uniform Code of Military Justice, the UCMJ. And in that book, it says you are duty and honor bound not to follow a legal order. And I took that shit seriously. And so I got my ass chewed a couple times. But you know. Excuse me. Well, my dad wasn't in the Korean War, but he went to Korea when he was in the army. He was an engineer. He built bridges and shit. And once he got back from Korea, he would never, ever, ever eat rice again because he said he saw how it grew, which is funny because we don't get our rice from Korea. But anyway, but he saw how they grew it in Korea and he was like, no, I'm not eating that shit. And would never, ever, ever eat rice after that. And I always thought that was funny too. And my uncle, who's older, was older than him, uh, actually guarded Checkpoint Charlie along the Berlin Wall. Yeah, he guarded that during his time in the army. I thought that was pretty damn cool. But you know, by the time I went into the army, the wall had fell. So, yeah, yeah. Dad said it was really gross. Yeah, how they grew rice over there. So, And I mean, I eat rice and beans sometimes, but not a lot because most of the rice we eat in America is grown in like Louisiana and Mississippi and uh, Alabama. So it's not from Korea. So, but that's a whole nother rabbit hole we could go down. Oh no, cigarettes are not cheap here. That's why I switched to cigars. Cigarettes are about $5 a pack where I live, which might be cheaper than where you live. But I just switched to cigars several years ago, and I do fine. I do fine with cigars. They last a lot longer. They are a lot cheaper. Like, well, I buy the filtered cigars that come in packs like a cigarette, and they're like $2 a pack where I live. So I can get a whole carton of them for under $20. So they're called Cheyennes. If you can find them around where you live, yeah, you might be able to switch over to that. It'll be a little rough at first, but worth it. Save you a whole shit ton of money. Because if you want to buy a carton of Marlboros around here, that's gonna be like $70. And I'm like, fuck all that noise. Hell, I can fill up my ridge line if I'm on empty for less than $70. I don't know. Taxes and all that other good crap. Cigars aren't taxed like cigarettes around here. So maybe that's part of it. Speaking of which, I'm going to have a cigar. Oh, shit. You can go to the res and get one for $17. Well, yeah, they don't have to pay taxes like we do. But yeah, what happened in Nashville was pretty goddamn sad. I mean, but it keeps happening over and over and over and over again, and nobody does anything about it. No, fuck it. We'll just let it keep happening. But I mean, what really can you do? If you outlaw all these guns and all this other dumb shit they're trying to push through, you know what somebody who wants a gun will do? Get one off the black market and do what they want to do anyway. I mean, they've outlawed drugs. Well, I mean, in my state, you can grow pot now. I can have 4 plants and an ounce in my pocket, like when I go out, as long as it's in a sealed container. Now, who the fuck wants to carry an ounce around with them in a sealed container when they go out? Because you can't smoke it out there, you know. But anyway, I digress. How did outlawing drugs stop people from doing drugs? I'll give you a minute to think about it. Well, let me put it to you like this. Um, Heroin is illegal, right? At least in my state, heroin is illegal. And I could not count on both hands how many of my friends died before they turned 30 from using heroin. They either OD'd on accident or on purpose. I don't know. I don't. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. So, excuse me. And the last friend I had overdosed on this fentanyl bullshit. He would get the patches from wherever he got them, like the cancer patches, and split the bottom open, stick it on his stomach, and slap it. I was like, dude, you're going to die. And that's what happened. He died in somebody's car and they pushed him out onto the side of the road and they found him like a week later. Had to identify him using his dental records. He was so decayed. And the buzzards and shit had gotten to him, or rats, or probably all of it. But I mean, I saw it coming. It's not like I was surprised. I mean, I kind of wish I would have been surprised, but I wasn't. I was not surprised at all. I wasn't surprised when my best friend died that I grew up with from a heroin, either accidental or on purpose overdose, because the last time I talked to him, he was fucking nuts. He had lost his goddamn mind. And I was like, yeah, okay. Well, yeah, she was trans. So, call them what you will. So, oh, yeah, pot should never have been uh, made illegal. I mean, it's called weed for a reason because it pretty much grows everywhere. And they did it to persecute the black people and the Mexicans back in the day, back in the 20s. Well, it was all part of Prohibition. When Prohibition ended, they needed to keep that department around because people were going to lose their jobs if they didn't. So they made all kinds of drugs illegal. Cocaine used to be in Coca Cola. That used to be part of the ingredients of Coca Cola. In California, there used to be opium dens that were totally legal. You'd go in there and get your shit and smoke it and just fucking zone out or whatever. I don't know. I've never smoked opium, so I don't know. I've done a lot of drugs. I'm not saying I haven't, but heroin and opium are two that I have not because I saw what it did to the people I knew. Oh, yeah, when I found out about those furry motherfuckers that like to dress up in uh, cat suits or fox suits or dog suits and have sex with each other and you don't know who you're having sex with, I was like, people are fucked up. Some people are really fucked up. So, I mean, but whatever, whatever. But don't tell me I have to believe what you believe, because that's not how it works. Damn, the roller derby went off. Shit. Okay, I'll find something else to watch. Baseball. No, not really. I don't like baseball. It's fucking boring. I mean, I like football sometimes, like American football. Sometimes that's pretty good. Depends on who's playing. Oh my God, friends. Okay, here's a little story for you. Um, I dated a girl who loved to watch fucking Friends. And I was like, well, okay, I'll watch Friends with you if you watch The X Files with me. And this was back in the 90s. So, and I fell asleep watching Friends, and she'd fall asleep watching The X Files. Unless it was a good episode. And then she'd stay awake and watch it. But yeah, every time she would watch Friends, I would like watch 15, 20 minutes of it and then just fall asleep. Yeah. I just couldn't take it. Well, I mean, it's like watching Seinfeld. It was a show about not really anything except people coming on and running their fucking mouth, talking about stupid shit. So, you know. But that's just me. That's just me. There was no real plot line to the shows. So that's why I like the X Files. There was actually a plot line until they got into all the alien crap. Then I was like, man, no. The standalone episodes were good. I liked those. But when they went down the alien rabbit hole, I was like, oh, I used to watch All in the Family all the time. Yeah, we were talking about that on some other stream. All in the Family and the Jeffersons. What the fuck was the other show we were talking about? Can't remember right now. It'll come to me. Oh, back in the 70s, I used to watch Linda Carter's Wonder Woman. I used to watch Lee Major's Bionic Man. What was the name of the chick that played the Bionic Woman? I used to watch that all the time too. Crap, what was her name? Shit. Her brain's not working too well today. But, you know what I'm saying. You know the shows I used to watch. Oh, you know the show I really didn't like is the fucking 60s version of Batman. I did not like Adam West, and I did not like the guy that played Robin. I did not like that. Oh, you couldn't get All in the Family made today. No, they would put the brakes on that real quick. You couldn't get the Jeffersons made today. You couldn't get shit. It was right there. I had the show's name and then it disappeared. Like I said, maybe it'll come back. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of shows you can't get made. Lindsay Wagner, yes, that is her name. That was who the Bionic Woman was. Yes, you are absolutely right. Oh, you couldn't get I Dream of Jeannie made today because it's sexist or some dumb shit they would come up with. Oh, I really loved the Adams Family. I love that show. I like the monsters, but I love the Adams Family. Oh, and the old TV show, Lost in Space, it went from black and white to color eventually. But yeah, I loved Lost in Space. But you couldn't get that made today either. And they keep trying to redo the Twilight Zone. It's never going to be as good as the original black and white. Never going to be as good as that. You can try, but you're going to fail because Rod Serling is dead. And you don't have him standing there opening the show with a cigarette in his hand going, you know, this is a tale from the Twilight Zone. Oh, I used to watch Gunsmoke and Bonanza, and I'm pretty sure couldn't get those made today either. I love Gunsmoke. Festus was great. Festus was the brilliant idiot on that show. Yeah. Who who played the main character? James Arness. Was that the guy's name? I can't remember the guy that played Festus, but he was great. Oh, when I go get some work done to the Ridgeline, they have Gunsmoke playing almost all the time in the shop. So I just sit there and watch Gunsmoke while they're doing what they got to do. Oh, hey, Deb. Thanks for showing up, stopping by. Shit, how long have I been here bullshitting? A little over an hour. Okay. I can go. I can go some more. Well, what's his name from Little House on the Prairie? He was in Bonanza before he was in Little House on the Prairie. I used to love that show too. What's that guy's name? Shit, I can't think of it. Started with the L. His first name started with the L, but I can't think of the guy's name. Damn it, I suck at names. I just do. I can see his face, but I can't think of his name. Michael Landon. There you go. That's it. His last name started with the L. See, I told you I suck at names. But, nobody's perfect. But yeah, I used to watch Little House on the Prairie all the time. And I think the redheaded chick that was the little girl on that show is right around my age. Maybe. Maybe a little older. I'm not sure. Is her name Melissa something? Oh yeah, that was sad. Yeah. But there's not much you can do with that. The cancer of the pancreas. Yeah, there's not much you can do with that. And that's kind of like my dad. His cancer started in his lungs and then it just spread through him like wildfire. And there was nothing that could be done. I mean, sure, they could have given him chemo and radiation, but that would have only extended his life for about 6 months, they said. And do you want quantity of life or quality of life? Which the last 2 months he didn't have either. So, but it happened the way it happened. Melissa Gilbert. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, she's around my age, I think. A few years older, probably. Thank you for your assistance. I appreciate it. Because names are just like, durr. So I can see their faces, but remembering their names is fucking hard for me. So, I'll run into people I know and have met in real life and be like, I know your face, but what the fuck is your name? Well, I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, we do what we got to do to survive. I made enough money to pay all my bills for this month, like the power and the phone and the internet and the TV, which I'm about ready to. I keep saying I'm about ready to cut it off, but I ain't done it yet. But yeah, whatever. Um, and food, smoke some beer. I'm good to go because it's just me here, and I don't eat a lot. I probably smoke too much, and I probably drink too much, but whatever. I do what I do, and I actually do have a mountain of junk mail. that I need to take outside and burn, but I can't burn anything till the end of April. And I don't know why they fucking put that law in place. But apparently I can't burn outside until the end of April because reasons or whatever. But yeah, there's like a huge pile of junk mail. I'm sticking it in a garbage bag. I mean, I'm not a total slob, but I kind of am. Because, I'm a dude and I live alone. So I let, st- I let shit slide sometimes. So, oh yeah, like I said, I work on a fucking huge ass cattle farm. I don't know how the two guys that run it do it, but they'll come and ask me for help, and I'll go help them, putting up fences and feeding the cows and moving them from here to there, and uh, the chick that runs the goat farm, she'll call me and ask me to come out and help her, and I'll go out there and help her. Just don't ever turn your back on a fucking goat. It will come up behind you and butt you, either in the knees or in the back. Do not turn your back on a goat. Never. So, and yeah, like I said, we haven't got to planting vegetables yet because, freezes and bullshit weather and stuff like that. So, and that is what it is too. So, yeah, goats are the worst. They totally are the worst. Goats are just flat out evil. They're mean and they're evil. So, and if you've noticed, a goat has eyes that look like an octopus's eyes. I wonder how that happened. Kind of weird, huh? Well, okay, since it's just me here talking, I'll go for maybe another few minutes. If somebody shows up, I might keep going for a little while longer. But just me, I'm boring as shit. I am totally fucking boring as shit. And I have been told that, which is fine. You know, I can tell the same stories over and over again. Either you've heard them or you haven't. Some of them are kind of interesting, like my absinthe adventure in Germany that I had. And, I can tell that again, but I've told it like 1,000 times. So, not like it's a new story. Oh, and Christina, chickens are bad too. When you go in there to collect their eggs, they get kind of pissed off about that shit. I have a cousin that had a chicken farm until this whatever kind of chicken flu came along, killed half her flock, made the other half sterile. And I was like, well, what the hell are you going to do now? She's like, sell them off and let people eat them. I was like, I'm not eating a sick chicken. What the hell's wrong with you? She kind of breathed off that shit. But yeah, I mean, I've done all kinds of shit. I've slaughtered cows. I've slaughtered pigs. I've slaughtered chickens. I've slaughtered deer. I've slaughtered rabbits. I've slaughtered squirrels. I've slaughtered possums. I mean, I'm no stranger to blood and guts. I'm just saying. Oh, hey, Natalia. I'm sorry you walked in on that shit. That was my bad. How are you doing today? Let's see. I need to do that. I need to do that. I'm doing all right. My bones are aching. It's rainy. It's foggy. It's nasty and wet up here today. But I don't have anywhere to go or anything to do, so I figured I'd come on here and stream for a while. How's work going for you? Oh, hey, Deb, I slapped you with a wrench too. So now you're all blue and shit. So nobody can time you out and you can post what you want. Oh, well, I get that. Yeah, it's probably very rare in Arizona to get rain. But for the past year, it has rained and rained and rained and rained and rained up here. Haven't had much snow so far, knock on wood, but we did have it before Christmas. We had ice and snow and rain and ice and snow and rain and ice. And then the power went off on Christmas Eve for about 6 or 8 hours. I don't know. I was asleep. I woke up and I had no power. I was like, what the fuck? So I cranked up the kerosene heater, and about 2:30 Eastern time, the power came back on. I was like, thank God. I said there was going to be a whole lot of pissed off people if they couldn't make their Christmas dinner. You know what I'm saying? But so far, that's the only time we've lost power up here. Knock on wood. So in the past year. Wow, how bad is the delay between what I say and when it shows up on YouTube? Oh, you like it better when I stick it in your butt, Donald Trump. I'm sure. Troll me some more. I enjoy it. I'm pretty sure I know who that is. Because, he has like a fucking thousand sock accounts. Dude, I've been going for almost an hour and a half, and you're just now catching up. Who rode the short bus? You or me? Fuck, let me switch my avatar. That maybe that'll help. Let's see how long that takes to change. Hey, I mean, the link is pinned at the top of the chat, man. If you want to come in here and give me shit, go right ahead. Holy crap, that's taken a long time. Like I said, YouTube is a malfunction. That's all they know how to do. Well, it still hasn't changed. Okay, well, fuck it. Let's do this. Let's see if that helps. I doubt it, but it might. Wow, YouTube is just crap. It is just crap today. Oh, you got no balls to come up here, DT 2025? Not surprised. With your teeny hands and all. You know, they say if you collect trolls, you're doing something right. Such a sucker for that quick reward. He said, when it comes to be that the soothing light at the end of your tunnel. Well, it's just a freight train coming your way. Suppose you don't even know that song, which isn't surprising. Oh, did I scare the troll off? Fair enough. Trolls live in fear. Or did you not know that? Well, okay, I might go for another 5 minutes or so. Nobody wants to come up here and talk about anything. That's fine. I get it. I'm an asshole. I'm not a nice guy. I can be arrogant and I can be forceful. But you know what? Get over it because that's how the real world is. I had something else I wanted to say. It escapes me, which is fine. I'm basically just talking to myself because everybody else has shit to do. And I've got today off. Hey, I've paid my bills, like I said. I've got my food. I actually think I'm going to make a pizza tonight. But yeah, I've got my food. I've got my beer. It's all in the refrigerator. And I've got my smokes. So, how are you doing? Are you begging online for money? I've seen a bunch of people fucking do that. It's sad, but they do it. You can look at my description, and you know what's not in there? A Patreon or a PayPal or a Cash App or any kind of shit like that. Because I make my money. I go out into the real world and do real shit in the real world to make real money to get what I need. Actually, I think I've still got a full tank of gas in my Ridgeline. So what now? And the tank holds like 17 gallons. So I've still got to scrape together enough cash to get a new set of tires, like I said. But for right now, it's all good. Once I get the oil changed, I'll have even better gas mileage. So, okay, we've hit an hour and 45 minutes, and no one's come up. No one wants to talk. I seem to have killed the conversation. So, I will end it. I appreciate Deb and Christine and who else? Natalia. Hell, I even appreciate DT 2025 showing up because you know what? He won't be elected president again. He will not. I don't care how much of a hard on you have for him. He will not be elected president again because he fucked it up the first time. He did. He fucked it up the first time. That's how Biden got elected. And you know who got Trump elected the first time? Hillary Clinton. Because nobody wanted to vote for her. Because she's just mm, don't even get me started. This channel is not about politics or religion. I mean, we can talk about it if you want to. But yeah, if it hadn't been for Hillary Clinton, Trump would have never got elected. If he'd have run against Bernie Sanders, his ass would have got buried. Oh, hey, Stephanie. How are you today? Glad you showed up. I was just about to end this, but how are you doing? Well, I'm doing as good as I can. Um, my bones are popping and cracking and aching, and it's raining and foggy and nasty up here, so it's supposed to get a freeze sometime this week. So we haven't planted anything yet. We're going to have to retill the ground and plant when we can plant. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm doing good so far. Knock on wood. All right. Well, yeah, I'm about to end this. I appreciate, like I said, everybody who showed up, Stephanie and Natalie and 61 degrees. Jesus Christ, it's barely 50 here. It is barely 50 degrees here, and we're supposed to have hard freeze this week. So, lucky you. But yeah, thank you for showing up, Stephanie. And thanks, Natalie and Natalia and Christine and everybody else who showed up. Even the troll who fucking ran away because I called his ass out. I think that's hilarious. I'm going to go laugh and have a beer and end this. And I might surf around on YouTube for a little while, or I might go surf around and find something else to watch. If you know what I'm saying. But I'm glad you popped in, Stephanie, for a minute. I've been going for almost 2 hours now. So, and it's been just me talking bullshit. I didn't know I could talk bullshit for this long, but it is what it is. I do what I can do. I try to entertain the people. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Okay. Well, I'm not a gladiator, so. But yeah, I will catch up with all of y'all next time. All you alls, because somebody was making fun of my accent earlier. I can't remember who it was, and it don't really matter. Um, we say what we say up here, and we know what we mean. So, but I love all y'all. Take care. I'll see y'all later.